Something that people always say to me on the NFT space. Hey, on the bear market, you should buy Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Doodles, those blue chips will go to the moon in the next bull run. But what if the next bull run is totally different from what we have seen? Just like this bearish moment, what if the bull never comes again? This show will compare each market and identify some standards that will increase your chances of making money, as well as analyzing the current state of the crypto market, like the Bitcoin graph, which is surprising. So fasten your seatbelts because Moon Hunt is your podcast. In advance, I want to thank you all for tuning in. That's our first podcast, and we hope you will learn something new that will help you during this bear market on the NFT and crypto market. Long story short, Moon Hunters came here to connect each DGN trader within the Web3 space so you can brainstorm with peers, making a huge movement and also learning a lot to not get in trouble with the same mistakes as someone else's. So thanks for being here. Okay, first thing that changed this depressive graph of OpenSea volume. Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana as well dumping really hard because of the war between Ukraine and Russia, and also we had consequently Terra Luna crash. Yeah, it was like surprising, but it should be something good, huh? By the way, people has always said, oh, when Bitcoin, when Ethereum, when crypto are dumping hard, that's the moment NFTs will pump. But that's not true. We seen this market that it was not the case. That's another thing that changed in this bear market, and nobody, at least, should not believe in this. So this sad market is not selling 10k NFT projects, but there are still many opportunities to be explored. They are not positioned in the same way as before. They are in different places. So let's start finding these opportunities by talking about the mint. During the bear market, any 10k collection would sell out, just like I said. Mainly those projects that have the artwork similar to a Zuki, because it would sell out instantly. It was the meta of the market. It would generate a high volume of sales and transactions, at least in the first days after the mint. However, now in this bear market, projects that people was saying it's free money is struggling to even sell out. Imagine getting a great floor price after mint, after the reveal also, because when the reveal comes, usually the floor price tends to dump hard, because people want to sell the NFT that they have that is not too rare and scoop up the best one with the best traits. So that's something that is not the game in this bear market. One example that I can give to you is Lollipop. Lollipop is a project made by OX Studio, the same publisher and developer of Freelanders, a relatively successful collection. People said, oh, it's gonna to the moon, just like Freelanders, but that was not the case. They struggled to mint out each NFT of the 10k supply collection. It was bad, and people started to realize that the bear market isn't playing with us. Anyway, some particular NFT projects went up in this bearish market, and they have adopted the same strategies: free mint or reduced supply in this context of mint, okay? The community has always loved free mint, since it is a low entry barrier with a high profit potential, because if the team demonstrates a great execution capacity, just like we had with Moonrunners, Wizards, it's more than welcome to our wallets, huh? It's free mint, like $10, $20, $30. In this free mint section, I would also include the iconic Goblin Town, but you know what I mean, huh?
Serious investor.
Goblins, 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 goblins. Also, making a low supply demands less volume to move the floor price. That's logic, a basic brain exercise. People got tired of betting on undoxed teams, just like we had Azuki or Goblin Tales, and they went to established teams with a successful track record, just like we had an 8 ETH plus floor on the Golden Mint Pass, and also Ethereum MVP by the famous 9gag, which will allow you to mint on Memeland as well. Pretty low supply, I think. In the Golden Mint Pass, it was definitely not free mint, just like the Ethereum MVP. But you know, Pranksy minted Golden Mint Pass, and it was also backed by Jimmy.eth. If you don't know this guy, he's a pretty renewed figure in the NFT space. And also, Ethereum MVP Memeland 9gag, it was going to the moon, obviously. They launched a Genesis collection in a perfect timing in this bearish market. Moving on to the next topic, Quickflip based on undervalued rarities of Bluechip collections in an euphoric and optimistic market was a good idea, but some of the traders didn't expect this low volume. They didn't know how to handle those depressive moments of the market. They broke. Simple as that. So if you want to gamble on those rarities and traits, do not do this unless you are investing long term for the next bull run. If you're totally conscious, if you're totally crazy, because you don't know if Bored Ape Yacht Club will live till next bull run or something. We had all this FUD around Bored Ape Yacht Club, although it was false, was not true. It is something that you must keep in mind. We are all gamblers here. That's not free money, not guaranteed cash. Keep that in mind. That's the importance of knowing how to deal with different market situations. Being able to manage well your NFT portfolio to prevent any crash is something that you must master, because you wouldn't like to hold trash in the middle of a dirty place like this bear market, huh? You must be realistic to yourself. That's not an easy market. Following the same principle, some people got profits on capitalized holders during these low market conditions. An example, I'll give it to you. Recently, we had news about Yuga Labs Metaverse and Doodles 2 collection, like a type of mutant one. We had a Genesis box, duplicator, airdrop, and a main collection as well. That's Doodles ecosystem. Kind of tricky, but you know, that's Doodles. They are doing a great job, surprisingly. And because of those news, the floor price of their respective collections pumped. And you can check right now, like other deeds for the other side and Doodles on OpenSea, because people did not want to miss a single utility functionality surrounding those NFTs. Other quick flip potential during this bear market was betting on derivative projects that imitates trending collections. For example, we had Goblin Town. Yeah, these goblins. Oh, they piss me up, bro. This ultimate joke went from free mint to 8 ETH floor. Suddenly, OpenSea's top 15 collections were full of Goblin derivatives. Besides the main collection, which was in the top 1 position, we had other 5 projects related to Goblin Town. What is funny to think about is that goblins didn't exist weeks ago, and they overcame, temporarily at least, Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Doodles, CloneX, CryptoPunks, all those blue chip projects. That's the power of the community, at least. It was like a joke, you know, oh, the bear market, huh. Everyone turned into goblin. They're all homeless. So let's act like a goblin, and people off this joke. People started to FOMO in those projects and they pumped really hard. So act fast. It may be a good potential of a literally quick flip, okay? If you're seeing a trending collection from nowhere with a lot of people, including Twitter people, talking about it, just run quickly and scoop some of those derivatives. It may be a good potential. but do not beat your house to it, okay? Now, the famous buy and HODL is under pressure. Is buying undervalued blue chips a good decision if even BAYC is being put for no reason? It caused a dump in their floor price, of course, since no celebrity or individual in the NFT space wanted to be related to German military troops. We could see the old principle of holding great blue chips backed by even greater projects being applied to Moonbirds from Proof Collective, founded by Kevin Rose, which has 1.6 million followers on his Twitter account. Kevin is ensuring its utility, its engagement, and its intrinsic value. During these turbulent periods, he created a new collection, which is Moonbirds Oddities, and also organized an IRL event in person during NFT NYC and Ape Fest, which also pumped BAYC, Cool Cats, Mutant Apes, Doodles, and these blue chip projects related to those conferences in New York. Just like we had VCon and VFriends, and Gary Vee is just unexpected. He can pump anything. But bro, I was thinking here, and I would love to have a Moonbird. Like, as soon as I have some liquidity, which will not be as soon as possible, I cannot think about it, I'm gonna cry, I'll do it for sure. Like, would you buy it? Or what else would you buy? Let me know in the comments below, YouTube channel, or DM me your opinion on Twitter at MoonHuntersNFT. I'm excited to know your opinion. Also, having in mind Azuki's dump due to the founders undoxing scandal, I would say that you should be looking more to the teams. You should look more to them than to the blue chip itself. It might be crucial to your portfolio. You know why? Because you can't control the team, but you can choose which collection you buy from. You can buy Bored Apes. That's a great collection with a great historical past, but you cannot control the team. If they decided to undox, just like Zagabond, there might be suspicious content that made the floor price of the collection go from 90 to 20. That's something that you should care about. Now take a look at the Bitcoin graph. Here we had bull run. That was the all-time high of Bitcoin, reaching $63,000. Here, some iconic collections just got through my mind, which was those rocks that were being sold by millions and millions of dollars. Here, a lot of people said, oh, you're poor, you don't have Bitcoin, I'm better than you, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, it was crazy, huh? So I must buy, because I don't want to have people having fun of me, huh? And then you bought here at the top, taking the highest risk of your life, and it went always straight down. Dumped really hard. And here we have Cardi B giving you some pieces of advice. Oh, you should sell. You should sell Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's a bubble. We are entering a recession. One of the most famous dumpers of our crypto space, Brock, has also called it a recession. Here, I'd say that you should buy. That's not my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You're tired of knowing this, but here you're taking the lowest risk possible. We do not need to trade micro caps anymore during the bear market. You should do this kind of gambling here in the boom run, because if the crypto pumps, these micro caps will also pump twice. But now you're gonna just do a boring investment of dollar cost averaging. Separate part of your money that you're afford to lose. You're not dependent on this money, and just buy it now. Or you're separating like 200 bucks, okay? I'm gonna put 100 now in crypto. If it dumps more, great, I'm buying more. Or periodically, every Monday, every 15 days, every month. The really bottom of Bitcoin. The last time we've seen Bitcoin around $19,000-$20,000 was like 2 years ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's one-time life opportunity I'm buying Bitcoin, I'm buying Ethereum, I'm buying Solana. I'd also say like Polkadot, BNB, Cardano, those main coins will also pump. Look at this graph. Fear and greed, that's the basic stuff of investing. When the market is down and people are fearing, you should buy. Now here, people are greedy and they're thinking, oh, you're poor, I'm better than you because I have Bitcoin, you don't. That's when you should sell. It's pure greedy. The market will correct those people. Oh, Lil Moon Hunter, are you sure I bought at the top? Should I sell it to buy even lower? No, just hold it. You're gonna get your money back the next years. It will take some time, but you know, Bitcoin, the next 5 years, I don't think we'll go to the top. We'll pass it. We're gonna destroy this all-time high. We still have a lot to see. And Bitcoin, we're still early to that. NFTs, have they dumped? Yeah, really hard. Really hard. People said, oh, we have a lot of variables here. Teams, founders, crypto degens trying to dump our projects, flooding us. Yeah, people sold NFTs to buy into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. That's the time when you should buy. Just look at the fear and greed index. That's disgusting. And also MVRV score. Z-score is looking good. Blue line reaching the yellow line. And also here we are negative here in the MVRV score. You can see here, oh, touched this green area, pump. Touch this red area, dump. Whoa, pump, dump, pump, dump. That's MVRV score. We are touching this green area, which is a good indicator for you to buy it. So that's the current state of the bear market and why you should not hold any blue chip, even if it is undervalued. You should always look to the team and its execution capacity, and always take a look at those tips that I just gave you about Quickflip, Mint, and HODL, okay? Hold your dear life. So you just listen to Moon Hunt Podcast, a podcast that will always go on air on Mondays. I don't know the time schedule of Moon Hunt Podcast because, you know, Lil Moon Hunt can also delay the mint of this podcast. Maybe the editing takes much longer than expected. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. Tell me what you think about this podcast in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, because Moon Hunt is your podcast.